Hi there, welcome back to the channel. Great to have you back viewing another one of my videos. If you haven't already hit the subscribe button, please do. It would be very much appreciated as we try and grow the channel and make more videos of our favourite game, Gran Turismo Sport. So here we are anyway, without further ado, back at Suzuka. As you can see from my previous video on Monday, I was up against a lot of really fast drivers in the European region and it didn't end well for me. Anyway, we've jumped onto our American account and we are racing in the Americas just to see what kind of races were out there across the different regions. So we find ourselves in this race, in this lobby, P2. My quality time was 1:46.1. The guy in front was 1:45.7 or 8. So he was a quick guy. So we thought, let's just try and stay with him and see what we can do from there. So we have a couple of different races actually in this video. This one is interesting for the absolute chaos point of view, and the second one is a complete contrast to that. So yeah, we'll show you what happens in this video and the brief highlights of it. So green light, off we go down the straight, and yeah, as I said, the main aim was just stay in touch with P1. Let's just keep it nice and tidy through the turn one. Nah, let's not. Let's bin it. Let's take it straight off the track and find ourselves in the pack with everyone else absolutely fighting for position. So that was disappointing, as you can probably imagine. We had high hopes with our P2 start, and now we are down to 5th and having to fight our way through it. However, up ahead, P3, we're going to come across an interesting character, AGT Charlie 69. I think might actually be able to give MOMOZ a run for his money in the Dirty Driving Stakes. So, yeah, found the hairpin for the first time, and we can see AGT Charlie getting involved in a little bit of a rubbing match with P4. And P4 is keen to get past, so AGT Charlie up ahead, loses it at Spoon, tries to re-enter. We are aware of that and we keep it tight and we avoid contact, so great stuff. We've got one of our positions back. So off we go down 130R. We've got Prize Racing Canadian in sight, and we're just going to concentrate on head down. Let's see if we can put in some good laps and get back into podium places. Braking for Casio, taking the corner nicely, and that's us going backwards into the tyres. So how did that happen, you might be wondering? Well, here we go. So as we go past AGT Charlie at Spoon, we find ourselves ahead of them, and AGT Charlie is battling out now with Winged Kefka. 130R, and AGT Charlie probably still got dirty tyres. Off they go. The tyres are even dirtier now. They're on the brakes, but they still don't want to give up a position, so they'll just keep ploughing on in to me, and they'll pick up a 4-second penalty and drive off. So yeah, that was good. So Wing Kefka now thinks, yep, we've got this position, they're in trouble. Bang. They're not in trouble. I'm in trouble, is what Wing Kefka is thinking, as they are sent to the Shadow Realm. Now, let's just see that. What was that as deliberate as it looked, you're wondering? Don't think we need to think too long and hard about it. It was absolutely as deliberate as it looked. So it's even worse looking when you go right on board, to be fair. Driving along, look at the steering, bang. Oh, it's absolutely horrific. It's savage. No place for it in the game. And I've got an 8-second penalty to book. So what's the point? I mean, they've ruined their own race anyway. I mean, 8 seconds worth of penalties. It's absolutely astonishing that people think that they can do that. So we find ourselves back in P12 and we've got Wing Kefka in P11. The two of us have been taken out by AGT Charlie. So we're both aggrieved and we're both keen to get back into this race. Probably both, yeah, a little bit angry. I know I was. So I was quite aggressive in this move up the inside. A little bit of door rubbing, but we get the move done. We left the door open and we thought, yeah, fine. So through to Igna 1. Somebody's went off ahead and so have we, because, well, it looks like a punt. So I think to myself, was that a punt? I'm thinking they must have been hit from behind. They must have been punted. But no, they just decided to take me out. Now, I thought for a second, did they mean to take me out? Really, was it that bad? I mean, they do brake. You see that? They do brake. They do brake. Or do they? As they try to send it up Degna 2, which is never going to work. But they, I mean, they could have sent it, but then look at this. I mean, they're turning back into me and smash. In fact, they didn't actually brake. They only braked after they had hit me and tried to stay on the track themselves. So really, that was kind of race over as far as I was concerned. We'll skip it forward because there's one other incident in this involving me that, well, it just shows you how badly the race was going for me at this point. Where are we? Skipping forward. Yeah, AGT Charlie comes out the pits and is behind us again, so we're thinking, here we go again. I've got this guy behind me, and lo and behold, I just sent myself to the Shadow Realm. I think I was actually too busy looking in my rear view mirror to see if he was going to do anything. But AGT Charlie is now in P10 and is going to finish the race ahead of us, which was very annoying from my point of view because it was the only thing that kept me going. I just wanted to try and finish ahead of the guy. But there's one last incident worth showing. We get to the final lap, skipping forward. AGT Charlie on the final lap, comfortably in P8, nobody near them, and they take themselves off the track. So they've got company now in the American No Limit Musa, who Charlie just decides, nah, you're not getting past me, and decides to try and take them out. So the other driver picks up a 1 second penalty. From what I could see, was only just trying to fight somebody to stay on the track as the, you know, attempted whams were happening. But yeah, is there time for one last lunge? There is at the hairpin, but IBEW does the cutback, but Charlie's not going to be happy about, you know, losing a position to somebody with a clean move. Oh no, that will have to change, and we've only got one real chance to do it now. Yeah, we'll just knock them off through spoon, and yeah, that was that. I looked actually as if he tried to hit him again there, and IBEW hit the brakes to avoid him, but yeah, he comes home, up ahead. We are languishing in 12th. I can see that happening up ahead. I was actually hoping somebody would punt Charlie. There's somebody else going off wide there. But no, Charlie manages to hold his position. Although he's got a 1 second penalty, so he'll drop back and we crawl over in 11th place. So an absolute disaster of a race there, to be honest with you. So on to the race after that, because I didn't want to end on that note. I wanted to jump back in and have one race and see if I could finally get a nice clean race and, you know, make myself feel like I could actually drive the Super GT cars round Suzuka, which, you know, my qualifying would suggest I can. And I did have some decent races in the EMEA region, but, you know, I wanted to try out the Americas region on my American account, try and get my DR up on that. We jumped on straight away. Forget about the last one. And AGT Charlie's not in it. His SR rating was down at 59. I checked before the race, so I knew I wouldn't have to deal with him. You can see notable in this one, 19th place. We've got Tyrannosaurus Rex, and he was streaming on Twitch at the time. So I jumped onto Twitch, wished him good luck. He wished me good luck. All good there. Got couple of quick guys round about. His BM Drifter, I know he's quite quick from previous races. And as I said, the guy in P1 from the last race, he was definitely quick. So in this race, I thought to myself, I just want to try and not kill myself at T1, and off we went. So under pressure is what I was expecting to be through the S's, but BM Drifter helps me out by sending himself to the well on T1. I know that feeling. So that gave us a gap right away and let us try and concentrate keeping up with P1 through the S's. So just kept skimming forward because the two of us just break away kinda in the first couple of laps. What I did notice though in this race was that through Spoon, P1 looked a little bit nervous because I gained on him there. He was kind of getting away from me in other sections, but I gained on him there. Back into the slipstream, through the Casio, had caught back up, and off we went down the straight, so that was fine. We were back in the slipstream well and truly. So through the S's for the second time. Good close racing. The dirty air makes it quite difficult to race really closely in these cars. So yeah, you have to sometimes let the guy in front get a little bit of ground in front of you just so that you can actually keep up and not lose the two of your time. So yeah, through the Degners, again up through Spoon, once again P1 looking a little bit squirrely. So again I caught back up there, so that was in my mind. I thought, well, maybe we can do something at Spoon. So on to lap 3, here we go, round T1 for the third time, and yeah, again we were just breaking clear. You can see how far in front we've both pulled away. He was definitely pulling away from me though through this sector, but again Spoon, again he's just not getting that corner right. He's not clipping the curb and it's costing him time, so every time we were able to get back into the slipstream, coming down to 130R, and I don't know if that was maybe playing on his mind that he just couldn't shake me off. So through the Casio triangle, get up for the fourth time into T1, and he's binned it. Delight for me, it's a shame for him, but yeah, you can see that it was a pretty serious spin, and you can see here from his point of view what happens. He just clips the curb and off he goes. That is agonising. So that kind of gave us an absolutely clear run now in P1, and to be honest with you, you can skip through. It was textbook stuff. I actually raced really well, got the fastest lap, 1:48.5, and finally had a good race, and we crossed the line for the victory, which you will see. However, what I did want to show you was the last lap here with Tyrannosaurus Rex. This is an absolute peach of a last lap. Just sit back and enjoy this racing. I will actually go into Nacho Cheese's car to watch this. So yeah, here we are. Tyrannosaurus, K1000, Sun. What a battle they were having through the S's. Now that is a lot of door rubbing, but it's a lot of good fair racing, so no complaints here. Three of them, the two of them up ahead, they were having, you know, they could have took each other out, but they didn't. That just shows you the quality of these guys when it comes to the racing. So Nacho Cheese, he's sensing blood. He can see at the hairpin, you know, these two guys are slowing each other up. And they're going side by side up towards Spoon, banging doors, late on the brakes. Nacho Cheese looking for a little gap. Look at that, look at the two of them side by side. K1000 of Sun holding his ground. Nacho Cheese smells blood. He's going to take it up the inside. Brilliant racing. Absolutely fantastic. Look at this. And then we've got some chaos. We've got Tyrannosaurus Rex. He's going to send it. Oh, 3 wide. Oh, who's going to come out on top? Oh, and it's off he goes, Tyrannosaurus Rex, and Nacho Cheese makes the move, gets it done, and over the line he goes. So once again, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe and like button, and I will catch you on the next video. Over and out.